This is like the #1 film in Japan.
Oh yeah, it's doing incredibly, and I think fans are gonna really love it out here. I think it's gonna do just as well. It's gonna be incredible.
I think so too. And Brandon, it's such a pleasure to meet you. I'm such a fan of yours in The Chosen, and
Oh, right on. Thanks.
and again, I mean, with the voice work that both of you do, I come from voice royalty, and so I really understand how all of this works. And I'm going to start with AmaLee. It is a very free form of acting because you're not using your body, you're just using your voice to underline the action of the character.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a huge challenge there, but it's also what makes it kind of fun. You only have your voice to play with. You don't get to like use your hands or like walk around the room or anything. Everything's already animated for you, so you are dubbing to picture. You have to fit those mouth flaps that are already animated and sell a realistic performance through an already animated medium. But it makes it really kind of fun and challenging in its own way.
Is it hard to follow another voice actor in a different language, and try to get those emotions in at the same time they did it? I mean, this is an art.
This is an art, and that's the key, is that they have dedicated themselves to voicing this character. And to listen and be inspired by that is actually a lot easier than you might think. You can hear the artistry. You can hear where the directors and the actors in Japan are going with something. The language barrier isn't so much of a problem because you get to read the words, you can see the action, and you can hear the kind of tone that they're talking with. So instead of an impediment or a challenge, it really becomes several different sources of inspiration.
Yeah, and most voice actors I know um, use music as kind of they hear cadences and rhythms in how
Mhm.
their characters lay out. Is that true for you, AmaLee? Do you listen to the rhythms and cadences of your characters?
I mean, being Uta's English voice as a singer myself for 16 years, yeah, of course, I do see the music and everything and all the performances. But yeah, connecting with Uta's character as a singer was really awesome because I mean, I fell in love with her singing voice. I mean, Ado is the Japanese singer, and also she does the vocals for the dub version as well, and she's incredible. So it was really cool to connect to Uta as a singer. But yeah, there are some amazing songs in this movie that I think fans are gonna really jive with.
Brendan, how do you think audiences are going to respond to this beautiful film?
I think they're going to love it because there's so much to love. It has all of that great one piece stuff, right? There are big battles and there are the iconic characters that we've all come to know and love over the last 20 years. But there's also this sort of new stuff. We get a new character, Uta, who is absolutely iconic. We get these songs that are just brilliant. And we get a sort of personal insight into characters that otherwise we just sort of have legendary hearsay, right? Like red haired Shanks. We get to know about his relationship with his daughter, right? And that's different than just hearing how he did something very, very cool on the other side of the Grand Line, right? This is like a real and personal relationship. So I think what that means is that people who are new to the franchise can feel like they're jumping into something that and they can understand it. And people who have been around for a while, they get their sort of knowledge and their one piece world enriched by all of this super cool stuff. Yeah, people are stoked and they have good reason to be.
They are, and I was stoked when I saw the film. I have younger people living in the house with me here, and they are
Yeah.
just so nuts over this, and are seeing it in theaters and just going crazy over this character, AmaLee. I mean, as you said, she's iconic. She's a diva, but she is a great character as well. She's so well written.
Oh, I agree immensely. She's truly a gift to be able to voice in the English dub. Yeah, she's super relatable and she's just fun. I mean, from the moment that she is on screen, you can't help but fall in love with her. I mean, she is, you know, she's the sun within the room and you can't help but being like infected by her light. And I think that really plays out in all of the music. I mean, this movie has an incredible soundtrack that kind of just drives the storyline along, and you get to see so many sides of her, and she has a really in-depth story that's just like really fun to watch play out throughout the movie.
Before we go, I again, Brandon, such a great job in The Chosen. That's coming out. Season 3 is going to hit theaters. Its first episode. Dallas and I are good friends, and so
Oh, right on.
and you were filming out here in Salt Lake City for a while in Utah.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a great show, and you do so well in it, as I said. And AmaLee, I just adore your voice, and I want to hear more from you in the next few days. Actually, come on, let's go.
I'll do my best.
All right, I'll make some phone calls. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and again, congratulations on just a great project, and it's so beautifully animated and done. You know, all I could do is just say, wow, you know, go see it.
Agreed.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks so much for talking with us today.